Two local teens are sent to the hospital after an early morning shooting. The latest word on the search for the gunman.
Plus, the deadline to register assault-style weapons in Illinois has passed. Some gun rights activists say there's a lot of confusion over the new process.
And prices continue to fall at the pump. The savings many Rockford drivers are seeing this week.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. Two teenagers go to the hospital after an early morning shooting in Rockford.
A little after 4 in the morning, Rockford police were called to the area of 18th Avenue and 11th Street for reports of shooting victims. At the scene, officers found a car with 5 people inside. A 17-year-old and an 18-year-old were taken to the hospital for their injuries. They are expected to be okay. Police say another vehicle pulled alongside the group and fired at them. No arrests have been made. A Rockford teenager is in custody after police say they found a banned gun in his car. Around 11 Sunday night, officers conducted a traffic stop near Parmalee Street and 15th Avenue. Police say the vehicle may have been used during a shooting on 24th Street that left a teenager in critical condition. During the stop, the 17-year-old driver was taken into custody. Police say they found a loaded AR-15 style rifle inside the car. The 17-year-old's been lodged in juvenile detention. He's charged with aggravated unlawful use of a weapon and several traffic offenses.
The registration deadline for assault-style weapons in Illinois was yesterday, but gun owners still have a lot of questions about the law. The system opened in October. In that time, a little more than 29,000 owners have filled out a registration form. There are nearly 2.5 million FOID card holders in the state. It's not clear how many of those owners have weapons on the list. State lawmakers are still working out permanent rules for registration. State police have issued guidance with a frequently asked question page on the department's website. Hunting groups say there's still a lot of confusion.
Some people are going to register. Some people are not going to register. It is up to their choice. There's a lot of people that aren't going to register simply because they don't realize they have to register.
This is all part of the Protect Illinois Communities Act. The law also bans the sale of semi-automatic pistols, shotguns, and rifles, long gun magazines with more than 10 rounds, and handgun magazines with more than 15 rounds are also now illegal. The ban does not apply to everyone. Active and retired law enforcement, active military, prison guards, and private security are exempt.
A law affecting students in the agricultural field is now in effect. It allows FFA and 4-H students to count work-based learning events as school attendance. That includes FFA events along with competitions or exhibitions under the 4-H program. Governor Pritzker joined students from both organizations when he signed the law at the state fair back in August.
Agriculture is our #1 industry in Illinois, and it's the pride of our state. And in order to ensure that it has a prosperous future, we must invest in the next generation of agricultural leaders.
These organizations are meant to give students hands-on experience in areas like agriculture and STEM careers.
Numbers that show just how crowded airplanes were over the holidays. It's been busier, but not much. December is the second biggest holiday travel season in more than 2 decades. The government started keeping track in 2000. Unusually nice weather in Chicago made for smooth sailing this year. Many passengers breathed a sigh of relief after last year's travel meltdown involving Southwest Airlines. Bad weather, a scheduling system glitch, and short staffing in the wake of the pandemic sparked those issues. Southwest paid a record $140 million fine. U.S. Airlines have hired thousands of pilots, flight attendants, and other workers since then. That's led to far fewer canceled flights around the country.
No problems. We flew out right on time. We got here on time. All was good. So no problems for us this year. Really nice. Last year he got tied up in that big mess up and had to fly direct from El Paso to Chicago to come to see Grandma. And it was crazy. Last year was crazy.
Better travel may have also led to better behavior. According to the FAA, the number of incidents involving unruly passengers has dropped by 1/3 since a peak 2 years ago. And drivers throughout the state line continue to save at the pump. The average price of gasoline has fallen nearly 6 cents in the last week. It's $2.91 a gallon. That's the first time since 2021. Prices have fallen below $3. Experts at Gas Buddy say the streak of low prices should hold for the next few weeks.
A State Line Medical Center welcomes the first baby of the new year. The Packard Family Care Center in Beloit delivered Ace Blake at 2:28 in the morning yesterday. You can see on screen Ace with his parents Larry and Janelle. He weighed in at 7 pounds and 4 ounces. The Packard Family Care Center delivered a total of 312 babies in 2023, 169 girls, 146 boys, and 3 sets of twins.
A couple from Chicago accomplishes a big item on their to-do list for 2024.
Sir, you may now kiss your bride.
Alfonso Arroyo and Angelica Rodriguez received the first marriage license of the new year this morning in Cook County. The ceremony took place in the clerk's office. The two were selected in a lottery drawing back on December 27th out of more than 200 entries. They met while waiting at a bus stop.
I'm happy that we're gonna now start our life together. We have kids already now, a baby, Burley. So, it's at home. But, I'm excited I met him. I wouldn't ask for anything else.
The couple also received donated gifts from several businesses.
A person in Michigan started 2024 as a new millionaire. After yesterday's Powerball drawing, they're $842 million richer. It's the first time the jackpot's been won on New Year's Day since the game started in 1992. This is the 10th largest U.S. jackpot ever won and the second largest in Michigan. The ticket was sold at a food castle in Grand Blanc. The store's owner says he's shocked the winning ticket was sold there.
Usually you hear stuff like that happening in different states, so it's great. It's great for this community. I mean, Grand Blanc is an awesome place to work and live in. Everybody's like friends here, you know, friends and family, so I'm hoping it's one of them.
Food Castle will receive a commission of $50,000 after the winner claims the prize. The winner could receive a cash payout of more than $425 million. They have 1 year to claim the prize before the ticket expires. Congress starts the new year with a list of legislation needing to be passed.
Up next, one key issue is keeping the government funded.
And coming up at 6, an early morning crash leaves one person injured. The search for the driver behind a Boone County hit and run.
Sunshine early on made it a nice start to our Tuesday, but the cloud cover was quick to move in. Find out when we see a return of that sun coming up in the first warn forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Lawmakers in Congress kick off the new year with a backlog of work to do.
One of the most urgent issues, keeping the government open. Washington, D.C. correspondent Raquel Martin explains.
Congress is kicking off the new year already nearing the brink of a government shutdown.
If you thought the politics in 2023 were fun, just wait until 2024.
Democrats and Republicans will soon be racing to prevent partial shutdowns on January 19th and February 2nd. On Fox News Sunday, Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez said House Republicans will continue fighting for spending cuts.
Pushing to pass these conservative appropriation packages that have gone through the House.
Those cuts remain a non-starter among Democrats, like Texas Congressman Henry Cuellar, who want Republicans to stick with the bipartisan spending deal they reached last year.
We want to make sure we don't have a shutdown. We want to make sure that we fund the government appropriately.
Without a deal in sight, newly elected Speaker of the House Mike Johnson says he's open to extending current funding levels, a position that cost the last speaker his job.
A CR is simply unacceptable for a year.
Before breaking for the holiday, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell argued for some increases.
Particularly for defense, and we've got all of these wars going on. We need to reach an agreement on the top line and get about getting an outcome as soon as possible.
Democrats agree. The White House warns the short-term plan would not be enough to cover the rising cost of WIC. The program, designed to aid low-income families, serves more than half of all babies born in the U.S. House members have just 8 scheduled working days to resolve those differences before the first potential shutdown. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
Well, there's a small chance for some freezing rain this evening.
After the break, Candace breaks down when the clouds could move out of the state line.
Now, your First Warn weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, our skies are cloudy once again, and those clouds will stay with us here as we go through the rest of this evening. We take a live look with our SkyTrack camera over Beloit this evening. With that, we may also see a little drizzle or some freezing drizzle develop here over the next couple of hours. Wind speeds coming down, and eventually these winds will shift around to the northwest behind a weak cold front that'll pass through here right about 7, 8 o'clock tonight. That's what'll be the driving force for that freezing drizzle potential. Temperatures today made it into the upper 20s and low 30s, even though we were just a little bit above that average. It still felt kind of cool out there. We're right at 30 in Rockford, Freeport, 28 in Monroe, but when you factor in the wind, it feels more like the upper teens and low 20s. Now that breeze will stay with us throughout this evening. It'll come down a little bit, so maybe some gusts still around 15 miles per hour, but that wind direction will shift to the northwest. Westerly wind for our weather watcher Terry in Genoa, 32. Dew point temperature sits at 29 and relative humidity now at 83%. Not much showing up on radar, but what we do have is visibility starting to fall just a little. Now, we're not talking about anything too dense or significant, but that is a sign that we've got a little more moisture coming in. That stretches from Janesville to Monroe and then back out through eastern Iowa. So I do anticipate us to at least get maybe some mist kind of just as the cloud deck lowers just a bit. And you may have noticed that too over the last couple of hours. But what happens in the atmosphere for us to get freezing drizzle versus maybe just plain drizzle or rain? Well, for freezing drizzle to develop, we actually have to look at the temperatures within the cloud layer itself. And there's a very specific range that precipitation has to form in order for us to get drizzle. Now, within the clouds themselves, you look at the range between about 0 degrees Celsius up to 10 below degrees Celsius. And within that, you have what are known as supercooled water droplets. Now, these are water droplets that form in an air mass where the temperature is below 32 degrees Fahrenheit, but those water droplets remain in the liquid form. They have not been able to freeze. And the reason they're not frozen is because they haven't latched onto anything. See, in order for that droplet to freeze, it needs to form onto something like a dust particle or some sort of particle in the atmosphere or in the cloud. So these supercooled water droplets, when there's kind of enough lift to develop, they'll fall, remain in that supercooled form. But they fall into an environment where the air temperature is below freezing. So they make contact and they freeze on contact. And sometimes freezing drizzle can actually be a lot more problematic than freezing rain because it really is effective at producing that thin glaze of ice. Now, I don't think we'll see that here tonight because the chance for the freezing drizzle remains at about 20% or so. So it's on the lower side, but it is still there and something that I want you to be aware of here as we go through the evening. I mentioned the visibility falling. You can see that in a couple of spots as we hold on to that cloud cover. So we'll keep our temperatures tonight down around 27 degrees, 34 for tomorrow. A flurry, light snow shower can't be ruled out, but I don't think we'll see too much of an impact from that. 31 for Thursday afternoon, but we finally see a return of sunshine. So that'll be nice. And that'll carry over into Friday before cloud cover comes back in. A couple of lighter snow showers Saturday, Sunday. Again, limited impacts going into the weekend, but Monday, Tuesday, watching potential for a little more of an impactful storm system that could bring us some mixed precipitation, maybe rain, snow, or all of the above. But it looks like we'll see at least that pattern change and some sort of impactful system going into early next week.
It'll be nice for sunshine to come back and stick around for a while.
Yeah, more than a couple hours.
Thanks, Candace.
Scouts in next with sports.
The Fighting Illini will return to Big Ten play tonight against a dangerous Northwestern team.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
The Fighting Illini men's basketball team is ready to jump back into Big Ten play tonight, and what a game this should be at the State Farm Center in Champaign. The host Northwestern, both teams have 10-2 records, and both teams are off to 1-0 starts in conference play. This is a series that dates back to 1907. Brad Underwood has been coaching Fighting Illini for 12 of those games. He's won 9 of them. The Illini are coming off a big blowout over Fairleigh Dickinson last Friday without, of course, Terrence Shannon Jr.
Now it's 19 Big Ten games. It starts with Northwestern coming in here, and obviously that's a very good Northwestern team. In most cases, probably the best guard in our league in Boo Buie. and they've already beaten the #1 team in the country. So.
The NIU Huskies are set to open up Mid-American Conference play tonight in DeKalb. They'll host the Akron Zips. The Zips will come in with a record of 8-4 in non-conference action. The Huskies, they went 6-6 in non-conference play. You have lots of high school basketball action coming your way the next several Friday nights. Overtime returns to Fox 39. Reagan and I will have your highlights, interviews, and spotlight feature stories. That's live at 11 p.m. Friday night. The Bulls are taking on the 76ers tonight in Philadelphia, and believe it or not, the Bulls have defeated the Sixers the last 2 times they played, including last Saturday. There's also Blackhawks hockey on this busy Tuesday night. They'll play the Predators in Nashville. Things are looking up a bit for the Ice Hogs. Not only are they coming off a comeback win over the Admirals on Sunday, they have picked up points in 3 of their last 4 games and 4 of their last 6. They've also got their power play working again. All this comes at a good time with 2 games this weekend at First Place, Texas.
Yeah, I think the last couple of weeks here has been showing some sign of good progress as a group. Even to your point, they've been in the guys in and out of lineup, but the guys that have been coming in has done a good job.
And that's sports. We'll be right back.
It was so nice this morning to see some sunshine. Actually, I had to put on my sunglasses driving to work, and then
wasn't that a great problem to have?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bright. And that lasted, what, 2 hours, 3 hours? Maybe a little bit longer than that.
Yeah,
not much.
Not long enough.
Yeah,
after
for
the
sure.
sun came up, because the clouds, they were quick to roll in about mid to late morning. We saw that, and then it was just cloudy through the afternoon.
Again,
you know, we had a really cloudy December, and we're starting the year off with some clouds. And tomorrow, surprise, surprise, we've got cloud cover. But I think Thursday will be our day to see some sunshine. So
that'd be good.
That'll be nice. Maybe some mood boosters too. Tonight we do have the potential for a little freezing drizzle. Starting to see visibility drop just a little to our west and northwest. So kind of watch for that if you're out the next few hours and through the overnight too, because there could be some slick spots with that. 34 for tomorrow afternoon with a few flurries and a light snow shower or 2, but no accumulation expected. 31 on Thursday. We'll keep some sunshine in on Friday before clouds move back in. A couple of lighter snow showers. Saturday, Sunday, again, limited impact, but kind of keeping an eye on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday time frame of next week.
All right. Thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some time with us. Stay safe.